all about UFC legend Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib, born 20th September 1988, is a Russian professional mixed martial artist. He notably competed in the lightweight division of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, where he was the UFC lightweight champion from April 2018 with 29 wins and no losses. He had an undefeated record. As of the 9th of September 2020, he is number 2 in the UFC men's pound-for-pound rankings. As of 2 October 2020, Fight Matrix ranks him as the number 2 lightweight of all time, behind BJ Penn. Nurmagomedov is a time combat Sambo world champion. He is trained in Sambo, judo, and wrestling. His style of grappling has made him one of the most dominant athletes in the history of MMA. As of October 2020, Nurmagomedov is the most followed Russian celebrity on Instagram, with more than 23 million followers. Welcome to VOLO Media. Before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon. Without further ado, let's begin. Early life. Nurmagomedov was born to an Avar family on the 20th of September 1988 in the village of Sildi in Sumadinski district of Dagestan ASSR, an autonomous republic within the Russian SFSR Soviet Union, before moving to Makhachkala, the capital of Dagestan. In his childhood, the second of 3 children, he has an older brother, Mohamed, and a younger sister, Amina. His father's family had moved from Sildi, Sumandinsky district, to Kiraval, where his father converted the ground floor of their 2-story building into a gym. Nurmagomedov grew up in the household with his siblings and cousins. His interest in martial arts began when watching students training in the gym. Khabib also used to wrestle with his old friend Bear, who he used to brawl with as a child. In 2011, his family moved to Makhachkala, where he trained in wrestling from the age of 12 and judo from 15. He resumed training in combat sambo under his father at 17. According to Nurmagomedov, the transition from wrestling to judo was difficult, but his father wanted him to get used to competing in a gi jacket. Abdulmanap was a senior coach for the combat sambo national team in the Republic of Dagestan, training several athletes in sambo in Makhachkala, Russia. Nurmagomedov frequently got into street fights in his youth before focusing his attention on mixed martial arts. Early career. Nurmagomedov made his professional MMA debut in September 2008 and compiled 4 wins in under a month. On 11th of October, he became the inaugural Atrium Cup tournament champion, having defeated his 3 opponents at the Moscow event. Over the next 3 years, he went undefeated, finishing 11 out of 12 opponents. These included a first-round armbar finish of future Bellator title challenger Shabulat Shamhalev, which marked his M1 global debut. In 2011, he competed in 7 fights for the Pro FC promotion, all of which he won by TKO or submission. A 16-0 record in the regional circuits of Russia and Ukraine was enough to get a call-up from the UFC. Later, Khabib's father revealed in an interview that due to contract dispute with Pro FC, they had 11 court cases contesting the legitimacy of Khabib's UFC contract. After losing 6 and winning 5 cases, they reached an agreement and Khabib was able to continue his career. First fight in Ultimate Fighting Championship. In late 2011, Nurmagomedov signed a 6-fight deal to compete in the UFC's lightweight division. In his UFC debut on the 20th of January 2012 at UFC on FX1, Nurmagomedov defeated Kamal Shalores via submission in the 3rd round. UFC Lightweight Championship. A bout with Ferguson had been scheduled for the fourth time and was expected to take place on 7th of April 2018 at UFC 223. However, on 1st of April 2018, it was reported that Ferguson had injured his knee and was to be replaced by Max Holloway. On the 6th of April, Holloway was pulled from the fight after the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, declared him unfit to compete due to an extreme weight cutting and replaced by Al LaQuenta. LaQuenta's inclusion in the fight was controversial. The UFC's first choice to replace Holloway, Anthony Pettis, weighed in 0.2 pounds over the championship limit of 155 pounds and did not choose to reweigh. And its second choice, Paul Felder, was rejected by NYSAC because he was not in the UFC's rankings at the time of the fight. Nurmagomedov was eligible to win the championship, as LaQuenta also weighed in 0.2 pounds over the championship weight limit. Nurmagomedov dominated the fight and won via unanimous decision to become the UFC lightweight champion. Nurmagomedov versus McGregor. UFC 229, Khabib vs. McGregor, was a mixed martial arts event produced by the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, that was held on October 6, 2018 at T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Nevada, part of the Las Vegas metropolitan area. The event was headlined by the UFC Lightweight Championship bout between the undefeated current champion Khabib Nurmagomedov and former featherweight and lightweight champion Conor McGregor. McGregor captured the lightweight title at UFC 205 when he was the reigning featherweight champion. McGregor never defended a title. He took some time off in 2017 due to the birth of his first son and later venturing himself in a boxing match against Floyd Mayweather Jr. The UFC originally planned an interim title bout between Nurmagomedov and the Ultimate Fighter Team Lesnar versus Team Dos Santos welterweight winner Tony Ferguson. But it was canceled due to Khabib having medical issues related to his weight cut on weigh-in day. Ferguson eventually won the interim title at UFC 216 against Kevin Lee. Ferguson was then expected to meet Nurmagomedov at UFC 223, with the winner being crowned the undisputed champion, as McGregor would be stripped of the title as soon as the bout took place. In turn, it was scrapped once again, fourth time, as Ferguson got injured. And after several possibilities for an opponent, Nurmagomedov eventually won the vacant title against Al LaQuenta. That card was also marked by an attack on a bus containing several fighters scheduled to compete at the event, including Nurmagomedov and two teammates. Performed by McGregor and his crew. McGregor and a crew of his own arrived at the Barclays Center and discovered Nurmagomedov and his manager on a bus shared with a number of other fighters. When Nurmagomedov refused to exit the vehicle, McGregor responded by hurling a hand truck in his direction, breaking a window, which resulted in two fighters sustaining injuries from broken glass. A warrant was issued for McGregor's arrest, and he turned himself in to the authorities later that day, with charges of assault and criminal mischief being pressed. Though McGregor had regularly misbehaved over the previous years, this marked a new low for him, as well as a potentially huge hindrance in his combat sports career. Dana White announced at the post-fight presser that McGregor had been officially stripped of his second title, and Nurmagomedov was now the undisputed 155-pound champion. While it made for big headlines and sent a strong message, it was a hollow gesture. The bus incident, and by extension the McGregor versus Nurmagomedov rivalry, gained incredible mainstream visibility. A showdown was inevitable. Just a week after having his legal issues sorted out, McGregor was officially attached to Nurmagomedov for a fight at UFC 229. In the fight, the Russian dominated the battle against the Irish martial artist. Seconds after the fight, Nurmagomedov climbed out of the octagon and charged towards McGregor's cornerman, Dylan Dennis. Soon after, McGregor and Abubakar Nurmagomedov, cousin of Khabib, also tried to climb out of the octagon, but a scuffle broke out between them. Back in the octagon, McGregor was then attacked by two of Nurmagomedov's cornermen, Zubaira Tukhogov and Ased Imiragev. As a result of the incident, Nurmagomedov's payment for the fight was withheld by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, NSAC, pending an investigation into his actions. Tukhugov was scheduled to fight on October 27th at UFC Fight Night, Volkan vs. Smith against Artem Lobov, McGregor's teammate, who was confronted by Nurmagomedov on April 2018. Nurmagomedov appeared at the post-fight interview and apologized to the NSAC, saying he was provoked by the McGregor team's trash talk targeting his family, nation, and religion, as well as the UFC 223 bus incident. Nurmagomedov later told Russian media that he was triggered by a number of insults he heard from Dennis during the match, including anti-Muslim slurs. UFC lightweight champion and a legend retires. Khabib Nurmagomedov chokes Justin Gaethje unconscious to retain his title, announces retirement following death of his father and coach. UFC superstar Khabib Nurmagomedov has announced his retirement after defeating Justin Gaethje to successfully defend his lightweight title and retain his perfect record. The undefeated 32-year-old mixed martial artist from Dagestan, Russia, collapsed in the center of the octagon and sobbed after choking his American opponent unconscious at UFC 254 on Saturday. On getting up, he took off his gloves and left them on the mat. "This is my last fight in the UFC," he said. His father and coach, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, passed away in July due to complications caused by COVID-19. Nurmagomedov said in the post-fight interview that he talked to his mother for 3 days before deciding to accept the fight against Gaethje in Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. "There's no way I'm going to go back without my father. I spoke to my mother. She doesn't know how I fight without my father, but I promised it's going to be my last fight, and if I give my word, I have to follow it." The American troubled the champion with leg kicks but succumbed to a triangle choke in the second round as Nurmagomedov cemented his claim to be the most dominant MMA fighter of all time with a 29-0 record. Social media erupted in celebration and tribute following Nurmagomedov's win and retirement announcement. He's a legend and always will be. This video is dedicated to the champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. So, that's it, folks. Let us know what you feel about his retirement. We're eager to know about your opinions on this situation, so please use the comment section or contact us on the provided email addresses. Your suggestions play a vital role in helping us create better content for you, so don't forget to give your feedback. See you guys in the next one!